Hi, I'm Snez, personal trainer, healthy lifestyle coach, and your guide to feeling your best. This podcast is a segment from my weekly radio show, Wellbeing Wednesdays, broadcast live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. It's all about sharing real, practical tips to help you move more, eat better, and live healthier without the overwhelm. Let's dive in, shall we? Coming up next is a question that I get a lot, and that question that I oftentimes get from members and people that just know that I'm a personal trainer will always ask me this one question, and it is, should I focus more on strength or on cardio? And everyone wants to do the right thing, whether it's for weight loss or for increasing your energy levels or for longevity. But you often tend to find that you get the mixed messages depending on who you're listening to, and you kind of get pulled in both directions trying to work out, in the small amount of time that you may be allocating to your health and fitness during the week, what should you prioritise? And so today I'm going to unpack for you the answer that's simple, it's science-backed, and hopefully it will feel doable in your life, because that's the other thing, is that a lot of the times when I'm chatting to people, what they believe they need to do in a week to actually get improvements in fitness and the benefits of being stronger is usually a lot more than what people actually need to do. So we're diving into what to prioritise, whether that's the strength or the cardio, and why it matters, especially as we get older. So I'm going to just take you through what each form of exercise uniquely gives you, what I recommend to my members, and what I've been recommending for years, and I've seen the benefits of that with my community, and a realistic way to combine the both, which is a bit of the giveaway, without spending too many hours on training as well. So firstly, I think I need to start with saying that we need to be very clear that it always really depends on your goals and what you're trying to achieve by moving more. Is it to build or preserve muscle? Is it to support bone density? Is it to stay physically strong and capable as you age? Then definitely strength training could be your focus. If you're looking at improving your cardiovascular health because you've been told by your doctor, or you feel puffed when you are walking upstairs or playing with kids, or you're wanting to join a fun run, or you're wanting to start basketball as a sport or something like that. So if you are wanting to increase your endurance, or if you are wanting to support your mental health, then cardio may play a key role in some of those goals. So it really does depend specifically if you do have a goal. But the thing is that you don't actually need to choose one or the other. And in fact, combining the two is probably the most powerful thing that you can do, because you're getting those benefits of the strength, bone health, as well as the cardiovascular health. And if we are talking about specifically wanting just to improve our health, wanting to address longevity, wanting to address independence as we get older, reducing health risks, then definitely the combination of the two is going to be your best way to go. And I've been working with people for many years, and I definitely advocate for blending both the strength and the cardio. And I have always recommended in relation to the Australian active guidelines for adults, but it's about combining. The ratio that I always tend to recommend is 3 strength sessions and 2 cardio sessions. So if you're looking at 5 sessions of structured daily activity in the week is what you're aiming to achieve. And if you are out there listening and you're not doing much activity at the moment, that may feel like, oh my goodness, that is so much, that's so overwhelming. But when we start to unpack that, we can have a look at, well, what are you currently doing? And oftentimes when I talk to people, they'll say, oh, well, I go for a Saturday afternoon walk, or I go for Sunday morning walk. Well, that's going to be one of your cardios. We're going to count that. And then I might hear from people that they do dancing, ballroom dancing, for example, once a week. And I'm like, well, that actually counts. So already you're doing your 2 cardio sessions. Now let's add on the strength. And sometimes people will say to me, oh, I'm doing 1 Pilates a week, or I do 1 YouTube video a week with some dumbbells that I've got at home. Well, great. That's, those things count. So I definitely, when we're looking at training in a week, I would be breaking down that ratio to 3-2 split of 3 strength and 2 cardio. So if you know that you can only get yourself to a gym or working with weights 2 sessions a week, then I would be prioritising the 2 strength and then the 1 cardio, for example. So if you've got the opportunity and if you've got a gym membership and you've got access, for example, to all of these classes, I wouldn't be picking 4 sessions or 3 sessions of all the cardio type of sessions. I would be definitely swapping those out. And if you feel uncomfortable in the gym setting and you do want to attend a class, attend the sessions that do prioritise the weights. There might be some bars or some basic dumbbells, hand weights in those classes, and they're the ones that I'd be populating your week of activity with. And Pilates can definitely count in that. Some stronger yoga can definitely count in that. One that you're holding some of these stronger postures is definitely a strength-based session, and I'd definitely be counting some of those things. So when you combine the 3 and the 2, you're going to get the benefit to muscle and heart health, which are both critical as we get older, but also just to reduce the risk of some of those health-related chronic conditions that we can be exposed to. So strength training, if we have a look at the unique benefits of each, strength training gives you muscle preservation, which is important, especially after the age of sort of 30, 35, 40, better balance and injury prevention, improved metabolism and glucose control because of the amount of energy that muscles use, and confidence in your body and in your movement. You'll just feel sturdier, you'll feel stronger in your body. Whereas the cardio side is going to be strengthening through heart and lungs. It gives you greater endurance and stamina. Definitely is a boost on the mental clarity and mood. That runner's high is definitely a thing, and that feeling that you get when you have elevated your heart rate, you're feeling a little bit sweaty, and it can lower the risk of chronic disease. So what's really fantastic is when you do both of those combined, it increases the benefits of each of those 2 different types of exercise. And the reality is there's crossover. So definitely if you are combining some strength movements, it's going to have a cardiovascular benefit. So it's like combining the best of both worlds for your energy, for your metabolism and for your long-term vitality when we're putting the 2 together. So have a look at your current structured activity that you do in a day and look at, well, what are your gaps? So you know, getting to the gym, pushing weights 3 times a week, but do absolutely no walks or no cardio. Well, that's out of balance. How can we add a walk in or a bike ride or some jogging? What is it that you can add into that? So should you prioritise strength and cardio? I'm going to go out there and say prioritise both, but don't stress. It doesn't mean that you need to be in the gym 6 days a week or, you know, the 5 days a week with the 3 plus the 2. You can definitely start with shorter strength sessions, even just 20 minutes, and then tack the walk onto the end of that. So if you are currently at the gym and you are going in there and doing more of a cardio type of class, or if you're doing half an hour on the treadmill and the cross trainers, that sort of thing, well, bring that back a bit. Do 15 or 20 minutes and then add 10 or 15 minutes in of strengthening exercises. That's a really easy way to include it in. Or you might find if you are doing some strengthening movements at home and you do have a bike sitting in the corner somewhere, or you can go for a walk, do your 15-minute walk and then come home and use that as your warm-up that you can then get into your strength training. So you can definitely combine the 2. I like to separate them so that I'm active for more days in the week. So I will definitely go and do my run 1 week, so 1 day of the week, or sometimes 2. I'll go for a walk or I'll go and do a bike ride, a stationary bike in my gym. And then my strength sessions, I like to keep them on separate days. So it really depends how it works for you, but just seeing them as different components of your workout and your weekly activity is going to be very positive. But if you are struggling to make the time, then combining those 2 components together or changing up what you're currently doing is definitely going to be the way to go. But you want to be able to keep it simple, keep it consistent, and choose the sort of activities that you enjoy. Now, that's the key to making sure that you stick to any program, is you really need to enjoy it. And I will put it out there that a lot of the times people feel that they don't enjoy the gym or they don't enjoy going for a brisk walk or a jog. And it's not necessarily the activity or doing the activity, it's more about the intensity. So making sure that you're checking in with how full on you're going, and if it just feels too hard and it's depleting you and making you feel tired for the rest of the day, then I dare say that that was probably too intense for your ability at the moment. So pare it back and actually enjoy the walk or enjoy the strength sessions. We don't need to go flat out and punish ourselves with unusually high levels of effort in any of our strength or cardio sessions. But you've only been doing one type of exercise. This week, I want you to try and add in a second type. And remember, the magic happens when we are going to put those two together and combine that strength and cardio. That's where long-term health, energy and confidence are definitely built, when you combine your strength and cardio. But give that a go. Again, as always, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Jump onto the Wellbeing Wednesdays with Snez, the Facebook group, and just let me know what you have changed up or what you have included in your week to make it a more active week. Thanks for joining me on this segment from Wellbeing Wednesdays, as heard live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who might find it helpful, and subscribe so you never miss a show. Want to catch the live broadcast? Well, you can tune in Wednesdays from 12 till 2 p.m. on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM, or find my info on Wellbeing Wednesdays with Snez, the Facebook group. Take care, stay healthy, and remember, it's the little choices every day that create big changes. Talk soon.